Hello, my name is Daniel. Today I'm going to be unboxing the Occre Albatros model that I was gifted recently. So let's begin. This is the third boat that I have made. My previous ones have all been the Occre models. I've found them as someone who's a relative novice in boat making. I found the instructions quite simple, basically, and quite easy for me to get my head around. I've never had a problem on the two previous models that I've had of parts being missing or anything, and there's plenty of guidance online of how to of how to make the boat, really. So I found their models quite easy. Well, not easy, but quite easy to understand and quite easy to follow. I will point out that I think the two previous boats that I've made have been relatively the least challenging ones out of their range. So I've done my first boat that I did was the Bounty, but it was more sort of like a lifeboat within that rather than the big ship itself. And then the second one I did was the Palamos. It's a bit like a fishing boat that I made, and that. So I think this one would be considered the hardest one that I've done to date. So I'm gonna try and record me making it, and we'll see how I get on. I'll open all of the packaging and everything in a minute. I'll just get everything out of the box. One thing I do like about the Occre boats is I'm always left with quite a lot of spares after. Kind of like Lego, I guess. When you get a Lego set, you're always left with a few extra bits. So you're not always like down to your last bit just in case a mistake's made or anything like that. So I find that quite useful, really. And then I guess sort of as I build my collection and build my supplies, it'll probably come in handy with some of the other boats that I make. So I've been making boats for about 2 years now. The last boat I took around about 8 months, I think, to make, and that has been the Palamos boat. I stuck to the instructions I made, so I didn't really sort of vary and do my own twists on them, which I think is something that I'd like to do going forward. And I follow groups on Reddit and on Facebook and that, and I certainly enjoy seeing the videos of people doing their own twists on boats and that. I found their boats quite, I guess, neutral colours and I thought that the Palamos boat, I thought you could potentially have quite a bit of fun with. Sure, when you go to one of the coastal seasides and that, you can see quite a lot of their boats. Quite a lot of fishing boats rather down there. They're all different colours and weathered and things like that. And I want to sort of try and introduce myself to a bit of weathering and that with this one. I think. As I've been going along, I've been building up my supplies. So when I made the Bounty lifeboat, I didn't really have much to go on other than a file and some scissors, a couple of knives, and that. So it's you learn how you go along, don't you? So now I've got it's kind of like a soldering iron to help bend my planks, and that you learn sort of techniques. How to go about it through trial and error and things like that. And the last boat that I did, I think that sort of like my planking was considerably better than the first boat that I did. I assume it's going to be the sails. So at the start of the video, I said it was gifted to me, and that. So since I started modelling, I am considered a lot easier to buy for Christmas now. Can always get another model boat, really, as a present. Let's put my sails back in the... So, I guess kind of my aim for these videos is not so for you kind of to go on a journey with me with it all. So I'm still learning. I'm still on my third boat. I'm still relatively young in doing all of this. So I thought I'd document it together, and then you guys can see sort of the mistakes and that I make as I kind of go along with it, really. The Occre, one of the things I do like about the Occre boats is kind of these instructions and these kind of maps to go with them. I have posted on a Facebook group recently to see if what other people, where others bought their boats from, the Occre was by someone was given a 9 out of 10 really, and that's what the quality is good. So that's, stick with what you know, and there's plenty of models really for me to make from them really still while I get my hands around, get my head around things, and that, and also the instructions are online as well. So I'm not the most organised of folk, but I find looking at a screen is a bit easier for me instructions, just because I'm quite a messy worker and everything gets quite cluttered. Some blank pages. And the paint models, the paint for the models, rather. One thing I do use differently, I don't necessarily use the Occre paints, really. I'm from England. We have Hobby Crafts here, and they have a large variety of paints in that. So I tend to buy from there, really, just because I can nip down to the store and buy the colours that I want, rather than... I try and buy in store rather than online, sort of where I can. So you got the written instructions of how to go about things. There goes my knife. So these written instructions are in different languages as well, sort of coincide with the picture instructions that's showing you that's showing you earlier, and that and we have these. Grab my knife. So the knives were actually I bought on my second boat, and that as well. I'm not flush for money, and that, so it's just by little bits, at a time. Then eventually you sort of get a collection together, don't you? There we go. So you always get extra string as well. So I've actually still got the string from the first for the Bounty lifeboat that I made as well. So sort of earlier on when I mentioned sort of the extra resources that they give you, and that. So we've got a metal boat and a couple of anchors here. Again, the steering wheel again is metal, and then we've got several cannons and that as well. Should be fun. Again, still got loads of pins from the previous models that I've made, and that really. So I'm going to record me making them, and we'll go on the journey together and we'll see. But thank you for watching. It's the first video I've ever made, so sorry for ramble, and the lighting quality and all that jazz isn't quite there, but we'll go with it and we'll see how it goes. Thank you. See you soon. Bye now.